These are the famous golden beaches, of which you've seen pictures. These are just covered, every square inch covered with miners. You can see the town of Nome right there. And the beach, of course, runs off toward the town. And then got the Bering Strait here in front of me. And the beaches run off toward the distant tundra there. Now, this is the modern beach, but there are actually 11 beaches here. Ancient beaches that have been buried over time. Some of them stretch back toward the foothills back that way, which is why you've got dredges working inland there that tap into those ancient beaches. And then you've also got beaches, ancient beaches, that extend for 6 miles out into the sea, which is why you've got all those dredges, which are those spots or specks out in the ocean there. Those are floating suction dredges, with a couple exceptions. There's a cargo ship out there in the distance I see as well, but those are mostly floating suction dredges working the ancient beaches. This is how these beaches used to look for up to 30 miles out of Nome. Here's a view of the town during the peak of the gold rush. You can see it extended all the way down to the water. Being that close to the water, of course, had its problems. This was an annual event to have buildings wash away. Miners painting on the beach. Even the dance hall girls got in on the action, as you can see here. You can see we have a miner actively dredging along the beach here. The famous beaches of Nome there, where so much gold was taken out. There's a quick view of the town as the sun is setting here. And the main reason I stopped here, though, is because of this massive mining barge behind me here. A large truck there on the left, and look how puny that looks compared to this. See, there's a couple of shakers up there, a hopper on top where all the material is dumped down and then sifted and sorted through all those sluices and channels right there. This is a pretty serious placer mining right here. Here's another look at that system. You can see it more clearly in this light. Everything there is just on a massive scale. You see there's a couple storage containers up there on the barge. Those are quite large as well. Just had to show one last perspective on this, because I was so impressed by it. And there's part of me that just loves the industrial waterfront scene as well. I'm always saying how innovative miners are, and you can see some evidence of that here with this unique dredging system here. See this obviously wheeled into location, and then the excavator there digs out the material and then runs it through the system here. Really, it's more of a fancy sluice than anything else, but that is very interesting. There's another view of that fancy sluice system. You've got the smaller dredge here, and then that complicated sluicing system there, and right behind me here is our huge dredge. park here. He has huge suction hoses. Here's a look at the undercarriage. Here's the view from the other side, and this definitely goes out in the water. You can see the propeller right there. Of course, those tanks support that as well. So that is interesting. That track section underneath could just be for moving it when it's on land. Another view of those beaches. The town on the left, obviously. The famous gold-rich beaches of Nome are just over there. And as evidence that this is still very much an active mining community, there's this here. Oxford Assay and Refining Corp. Precious metals people, we buy gold. Another hotel in town. This one is also celebrating the gold theme. There's a view down the city streets here. This is Front Street in Nome during its heyday. No, that is not New York City. That is Nome, believe it or not.